Under the silvery glow of the moon, two couples, Aaron and Josh, Tyler and Barbara, reveled in laughter and camaraderie as they ventured into the heart of the dense forest for a late-night picnic. The rustle of leaves underfoot accompanied their shared jokes and memories, creating a tapestry of warmth amidst the cool night air. As the night unfolded, Josh excused himself to answer nature's call. A few steps into the shadows, he stumbled upon an uncanny sight, a soft, yellow glow emanating from the depths of the forest. His curiosity piqued, he called out to the others. "Hey guys! You gotta see this. There's something weird over here." The group, drawn by the allure of the strange radiance, ventured into the trees. The air thickened, and the forest seemed to transform, a subtle shift that set their nerves on edge. The glow intensified as they approached, revealing an ancient elevator door seamlessly embedded in the trunk of a massive tree. A palpable unease settled over the group. Aaron and Barbara exchanged wary glances, sensing an odd energy in the air. Determined to unravel the mystery, they approached the door cautiously. "I've never seen anything like this," Barbara whispered to Aaron, her eyes wide with fascination. Aaron nodded, her gaze fixed on the peculiar door. "Let's check it out. Maybe there's a story behind it." To their surprise, the door creaked open as they drew near, revealing a lit interior with 6 buttons adorned with peculiar symbols. Uncertainty gnawed at them, but a shared curiosity propelled them forward. Before they could retreat, the door slammed shut behind them, sealing Aaron, Josh, Tyler, and Barbara within the claustrophobic confines of the mysterious elevator. Panic gripped them all, as the realization dawned, they were trapped in the confining space of the mysterious elevator. Anxiety etched lines of worry across their faces as they frantically searched for clues or signs that might reveal an escape route. The bright light within the small compartment offered little solace as the atmosphere thickened with tension. Erin's voice trembled as she spoke, "There has to be a way out. Check every inch of this thing." As they studied the peculiar symbols on the buttons, the interior of the elevator suddenly plunged into complete darkness. A collective gasp echoed in the tight space. In the fleeting blackness, Josh vanished. It lasted only a second, and then the lights flickered back on, revealing Josh standing in the same spot. "What the hell just happened?" Tyler stammered, his eyes wide with fear. Josh, visibly shaken, struggled to find an explanation. I don't know." "What do you mean?" Aaron asked. "You were gone for a second." Josh, not knowing how to respond, as all he experienced was pure darkness for a few seconds. As the group continued to talk, trying to make sense of it all, a sudden gust of wind swept through the elevator, ruffling their hair and sending shivers down their spines. Determined to find answers, the group decided to press the top button, watching as it vanished beneath their touch. The air filled with the eerie symphony of loud creaks and metallic sounds as the elevator began its descent. With every passing moment, the rumbling and shaking intensified. The friends exchanged uneasy glances, a silent acknowledgement of the mounting uncertainty. As the elevator came to an abrupt halt, the atmosphere grew heavy with anticipation. The door groaned open, emitting a horrifying sound that seemed to reverberate through the very core of their fears. The group peered into an abyss of impenetrable darkness. Footsteps echoed in the void, but the source remained elusive. Thunder rumbled, and raindrops tapped an unseen surface, yet the friends could discern nothing in the black expanse beyond the elevator's threshold. In the distance, a faint pulsating light materialized, casting an eerie glow in the obsidian void. The group, gripped by terror, huddled together in the open doorway, debating whether to venture into the unknown. The footsteps ceased, and after a hesitant deliberation, they cautiously stepped out. "Did anyone else hear those footsteps?" Tyler's voice trembled with unease. A collective nod confirmed their shared disquiet. The whispers of tick-tock hung in the air as they navigated the unseen terrain. The distant glow grew, accompanied by the relentless sound of falling rain. The footsteps returned, now resembling a frenzied pursuit. A flash of light illuminated a fleeting shadow that vanished into the engulfing darkness. The group, terror-stricken, pressed forward, drawn to the pulsating light. "What is that light?" Barbara's voice wavered with fear. "Let's get back to the elevator, you guys," Aaron suggested, terrified beyond words. As they neared, the rain intensified, and the footsteps took on an urgent pace, akin to a relentless chase. Aaron's terrified suggestion to flee hung in the tense air. The source of the glow emerged, a colossal hourglass, almost empty, stood in the desolate landscape. Shackled figures, bound and toiling ceaselessly, with giant sledgehammers and rocks, they hammered away at the bottom of the hourglass. Aaron, her voice edged with panic, shouted, "We need to get out of here. This can't be real." As the final grain of sand plummeted, the last strike of the hammer splintered the hourglass. A deluge of sand poured forth, sweeping toward the group. Splashes of sand touched a shackle-bound slave, and he vanished into thin air. Panic seized the friends as they turned and sprinted. "Run!" Tyler shouted. Loud footsteps that weren't their own, intermingled with the anguished screams of the slaves touched by the haunted sand. Reaching the elevator, they frantically pressed the next button. It vanished like the one before, accompanied by a deafening rumble. Then, an overwhelming darkness enveloped them. The elevator convulsed, swinging from side to side, engulfed in an impenetrable darkness. Aaron and Barbara's screams pierced the air, a cacophony of terror echoing within the confined space. The group, gripped by a primal fear, clung to one another as the elevator jolted unpredictably. Aaron's voice trembled, "What's happening? Why won't it stop?" Amidst their cries, a slimy sensation writhed at their feet, elusive and serpent-like. In the blackness, Tyler, his nerves on edge, attempted to stomp on the mysterious intruder. His foot met nothing but empty air. Tyler exclaimed, "What the hell is going on? Did anyone else feel that thing?" A sudden ding resonated, and the elevator doors reluctantly opened, revealing an unsettling tableau. Josh, his eyes wide with disbelief, muttered, "What the hell is that?" The group cautiously stepped out, their eyes adjusting to the new environment, a vast space with a screen reminiscent of an old movie theater. Smoke billowed from the elevator's interior, prompting them to retreat cautiously. Barbara, her voice strained, whispered, "I don't like this. We need to be careful." As the rising fog enveloped them, inducing a sense of disorientation, they exchanged uneasy glances. Aaron and Barbara, still sobbing, clung to each other for comfort. Suddenly, a face, grotesque and horrifying, flashed on the big screen for a split second. Tyler shouted, "Did anyone see that? What the hell was that?" The shock intensified the group's terror, leaving them paralyzed in the eerie surroundings. Surrounded by the swirling smoke, they succumbed to unconsciousness one by one. Josh, the last to fall, cast a desperate gaze at Aaron before darkness claimed him. In his fading awareness, he noticed a shadowy figure kneeling beside Aaron, its long, slim fingers delicately caressing her hair. Attempting to call out, Josh's voice faltered as the figure raised its head, revealing the same horrifying visage they had glimpsed on the screen. With a final, desperate attempt to resist the encroaching darkness, Josh succumbed to unconsciousness. Josh struggled to regain consciousness, his senses slowly returning to the disconcerting reality. Aaron, Tyler, and Barbara shouted for him to wake up, their voices fraught with urgency. As Josh finally emerged from the haze, he realized the gravity of their predicament, bound to chairs in a sinister circle, a foreboding Ouija board at its center. "What's happening? Why are we tied up?" Josh's voice quivered with fear. The group, collectively terrified, exchanged anxious glances, their eyes darting between the Ouija board and each other. Tyler, attempting to muster courage, suggested playing the game, a desperate bid for answers in their otherworldly ordeal. "We have to try something. Maybe it will help us understand," Tyler proposed, though uncertainty lingered in his eyes. As they began to play, the atmosphere shifted, laughter and whispers surrounded them, growing closer with each question posed to the board. The planchette moved with an eerie precision, providing cryptic clues to the mysteries that enveloped them. Every question found an answer, except for the ominous "Who are you?" Tension mounted as they reached the pivotal question, "What do you want?" The board responded with the number 4, and the ties around them loosened and fell away. As Tyler, Barbara, and Aaron rose from their chairs, a sense of relief mingled with lingering dread. Tyler, addressing the unseen presence, said, "Thanks." Yet, before Josh could fully join them, a guttural scream pierced the air, and he was violently dragged away in an instant. The remaining trio stared in horror, calling out for Josh as Aaron attempted to rush into the engulfing darkness that had swallowed him. Tyler, seizing control of the situation, halted Aaron and swiftly ushered her and Barbara back to the elevator. Panic set in as they turned, only to witness a shadowy silhouette hurtling towards them. Tyler, frantically scanning the elevator's buttons, noted that numbers 3 and 4 had merged into one colossal button. In a desperate gambit, he pressed it, and the doors closed just as the silhouette collided with them. The elevator began its descent, offering a brief respite for Tyler, Aaron, and Barbara. Tyler, sensing the weight of the recent events, attempted to comfort the grieving Aaron, her sobs echoing in the enclosed space. Barbara, still visibly shaken, clung to a glimmer of hope that they might find a way out of this nightmarish ordeal. Their momentary peace shattered as the elevator halted at the merged floor. Stepping into the darkness, they found themselves in a familiar forest, a strange sense of déjà vu settling over them. Aaron, still tearful and longing for Josh, pointed towards flashing lights and distant laughter. "It looks like there's a gathering over there. Maybe we can get some help," Tyler suggested, trying to uplift the spirits of the group. Approaching the lights and music, a peculiar sensation gripped them. The voices became clearer, and to their astonishment, they saw themselves, a group of 4, before they had discovered the mysterious elevator. Stunned, they observed their past selves until a haunting familiarity struck. Josh's voice, distant yet hauntingly familiar, echoed through the forest. Aaron, a spark of hope igniting within her, rushed forward. However, their optimism was short-lived. They realized the group they were approaching was a reflection of their past, reliving the very moment when they first encountered the enigmatic elevator. Silent and bewildered, they watched as the dark mist enveloped them. The scene dissolved, and suddenly, they found themselves back in the elevator. Only 2 buttons remained, and the previously merged ones had vanished. The elevator started descending as both the remaining buttons disappeared, but this time, the doors did not close. The elevator resisted any attempts to close its doors, an eerie descent into a void without buttons. Frantic, the group strained to force the doors shut as the elevator plunged through different levels, each one a horrifying tableau. On one floor, flames danced as an unholy inferno engulfed a large group of people. Their agonized screams echoed through the elevator, and the group recoiled in terror, witnessing a macabre dance of damned souls in a fiery spectacle that defied reason. Descending further, another floor revealed a chilling scene, a long line of disfigured individuals, some missing limbs, others bearing bullet holes in their tattered clothes. The line moved slowly toward a large oven. The group, horrified, watched as each person entered, their muffled screams haunting the air. The oven doors opened, and the next victim stepped in, only to reappear at the back of the line, condemned to repeat the cycle of torment. As the elevator continued its descent, a familiar face appeared on another floor, Josh's. He wandered in circles, a haunting repetition that defied the laws of reality. His once vibrant eyes were now vacant, devoid of emotion. The sight sent shivers down their spines, a grim reminder of the friend they had lost. The elevator, accelerating through a seemingly endless array of nightmarish levels, showcased horrors beyond imagination. On yet another level, they encountered a grotesque masquerade. Distorted figures adorned in tattered costumes swayed in a nightmarish dance. Each figure wore a mask, a grotesque parody of a smiling face. The air was thick with the discordant melody of tortured laughter, and the group recoiled as one of the figures removed its mask, revealing a faceless void that seemed to consume all light. Amidst the horrifying spectacle, Tyler and Aaron exchanged nervous glances. Tyler whispered, "Is this real?" Aaron, her eyes wide with terror, replied, "I don't know." As the elevator continued its descent, yet another level unfolded before them. This time, the horror took a personal turn. They stumble upon Josh once again, and next to him, a shadowy replica, one more and one more. "Look, over there," said Aaron. Replicas of Josh kept appearing. An endless amount of Josh appeared, just standing still, looking with an empty blank stare at the elevator as it passed by. Aaron choked back tears, her voice trembling. "What's happening to us?" Tyler, a mixture of grief and horror etched on his face, had no words. They were trapped in a surreal nightmare, where the boundaries of reality and nightmare blurred into an indistinguishable haze. The elevator, seemingly unaffected by the anguish within, continued its descent, unveiling more grotesque scenes of horror, until it abruptly stopped as it crashed to the ground. As the elevator crashed onto the ground floor, Tyler, Barbara, and Aaron succumbed to unconsciousness. Aaron stirred first, finding herself amidst her fallen friends. Visible bruises and minor cuts adorned their faces, but nothing appeared too severe. Carefully stepping out of the elevator, Aaron surveyed her surroundings, seeking answers in a realm that offered none. A piercing screech reverberated, intensifying with each passing moment. Aaron covered her ears, shutting her eyes tightly. Her screams were silenced, swallowed by the overwhelming noise. The world around her faded into complete white brightness, and as the sound vanished, a serene silence settled. The rumble of tires on the road grew louder, accompanied by the melodic tunes playing on the car radio. In a surreal twist of reality, Josh sat behind the wheel, Tyler in the passenger seat, and Aaron and Barbara in the back seats. They were driving towards the late-night picnic, stars embellishing the night sky. The four friends sat peacefully, seemingly untouched by the horrors they were yet to endure. As Aaron gazed out the front window at the tranquil road, a sudden unease enveloped her. Something on the dashboard caught her eye, a figure she hadn't noticed before. A chilling shiver ran down her spine, shattering the tranquility. The figure's face mirrored the haunting visage from the movie theater level, an enigma that lingered so deep in their minds that they didn't pay attention to it. Yet, in the final twist of this disorienting reality, they remained unaware of the horrors awaiting them. The car journeyed on, the night seemingly undisturbed, as if the terrors were mere fragments of a dream. Unbeknownst to them, the cycle continued, a perpetual loop of illusion and horror.